The world has collapsed. Water and gasoline are now precious resources worth killing for. The world is full of danger. And the only thing that gives you a chance of survival is a rusty old machine that may have seen too many action. And no, I'm not talking about your car, I may be talking about my computer. This is a LowSpecGamer, where we wished every open world game was a desolate wasteland. There is just less stuff to load. So, forget about normal lighting and post effects, because we are going to make this game run.
Praise me!
This is an image slideshow, why is it even running slow? This is the default configuration for Mad Max uninstall. As you can see, this is what the game calls the normal preset. Some elements in normal, some in high, and some effects off. Yeah, no, this says 10 but it feels like 5. I get the feeling every new game I try runs slower and slower on default. Time to reduce the settings. With the resolution now in 720, I have turned all effects off. As you have noticed, all other elements go down to normal, and they do not have a low option. Let's see how it goes. Well, that is an expected improvement. Inside any hideout we see between 25 and 30 frames per second, but outside danger lurks, and with it, terrible slowdowns. This game is odd that it's almost impossible to control the car under 25 frames per second. So now we make it better. This one is surprisingly simple. There are 3 important things we must disable, and for that, we need the configuration file. For the Steam version of the game, this is located at your hard drive, Program Files 86, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Mad Max, Settings.ini. You can open this using Notepad. Down here are the parameters for the graphics, and you will notice that 3 important elements are still on. Turn off the edge fade effect by putting it to 0. Then disable all post effects by putting post effect to 0. And finally, and more important, put shadow quality to 0, as this disables all shadows completely. Make sure to save the file and we are done. As you can see, turning off the shadows does some really wacky stuff to the lighting, and a lot of the game will now look way too shiny. But hey, that is less stuff for our computer to calculate, and better performance for us. And outside we soar through the wasteland like a blast, ready to hunt, and no one's going to stop us. Except the fact that we cannot snipe and drive at the same time. I get the feeling this should be a co-op game sometimes. So, is it just me, or is the combat in this game a very dumbed-down version of the Arcan system for fighting? It's the same 2 buttons, right? Well, at least while fighting, the performance is superb. If there is something that made Mad Max famous, is the intense road battles, and this game makes its very best to recreate this experience. Get out of my way! And thanks to the lack of shadows and effects, we can run it quite perfectly. And he is out of the game. Easy. I just need to collect my prize. Okay, so I cannot get in, right? Okay, so I cannot get my prize from the convoy, while the driverless car is like right there. I have to obligatorily demolish this. Gotta love video game logic. Yes, this is 100% the most effective way of doing this. I think the result is well worth it. Now, this game is just a pleasure to drive through, and every attempt at raiding will go smoothly. Whoops! This is harder than it looks. Gotcha! Whoa, yeah, we gate my ass. Okay, oh, it's only got a sliver of life left. Well, very easy, just needs a little touch. Okay, apparently it needs a little bit more. So I will just put some kick into it. Oh, I swear, I'm not making this on purpose, I swear. Okay, this was it. Oh, come on! That is all for this episode. Before we go, it's time to announce the results of the last LowSpecGamer Giveaway. Last week I asked a simple question that you could answer in comments. What is the first video game you ever played? I am happy to say that what introduced me to games was Ocarina of Time back in the year 1999, and the legacy lives on. I saw that I was not the only one that started this way. Also, thanks to the generosity of Steam user Freaky Prager, we now have 2 copies of Ground Zeroes to give away, so 2 winners will be picked. And the randomly selected winners are Adrian Delawasp, with his story of playing Contra 3 on a Chinese Nintendo 64 knockoff that just plays Super Nintendo games. And Miguel Boas, who started by playing WRC Rally Evolve on the PlayStation 2. Congratulations, you two! Please send me a YouTube message with your Steam username to send you the prize, otherwise I will be contacting you shortly. Now for this week, the prize is a Steam copy of Dungeon Defenders 2, donated by Steam user Torley, and to participate is very simple. Those of you in the LowSpecGamer Steam community may remember that I was working on a map of the community based on everyone that was on the introduction thread. Well, I want to improve it, so this is what we're going to do. Go to the thread in the Steam community called Where Are You From? And tell me which city and country you are from. You don't have Steam? Tell me over Twitter. You don't have Twitter? Leave me a comment. As long as you let me know the city and country you are from, you're in. Good luck to everyone. I will see you on the next video. Oh, poor Max. I kind of feel sorry for him, you know. You go on a vacation to the beach with your wife, and then you lose your wife and child to a wild gang of bikers, and then you go crazy with revenge, and then on your next movie, the genre has completely changed, and you're suddenly in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. And the point I'm trying to make with this is, have you seen the classic Mad Max movies? The ones that are supposed to precede the modern one? Because I have, and the first one and the second one are like 2 entirely different genres. I don't know, do you know what happened? Do you know how we came from a like police chase movie to a post-apocalyptic movie at some point? If you know, please leave me a comment.